I always knew that if my teenage son ever did with stocks what he did with baseball cards, he'd be a millionaire someday. And then maybe I could go on a cruise or something, who knows. But, well, a lot of young guys, when they go looking for baseball cards, just look for the card of people who are already famous. But, of course, those cards have already done a lot of their appreciating while he was becoming famous. Now, our oldest son looked for players who very few people had ever heard of. He would go back into college sports and see who looked promising while they were in college. Then he'd monitor their minor league statistics, and he seemed to know a couple of specific statistics to look for as clues to future greatness. Then when that man issued a rookie card, of course the rookie card is the only one you want to have, that's the really valuable one, then my son would buy the rookie card. Then he just watched it appreciate, and then he'd go and sell it and reinvest in some other surprising prospects. Now, a lot of people were surprised by that player's greatness, and they said, "Hey, who's he?" "Oh, my son wasn't." No, he knew what to look for. Now, when it comes to picking God's future stars, there's one clue to future greatness that God looks for. I'm Ron Hutchcraft, and I want to have a word with you today about how to be the one that God can trust. Simon Peter, not a likely prospect to become a future star. No. Hey, if you were looking at the minor league to see who would become a major league leader for Jesus Christ, I'm not sure you'd have picked Simon Peter. Why would God use him? What did he see in him? I mean, he sleeps when you need him to be awake. He talks big, doesn't deliver on his promises. He takes matters in his own hands and does ear surgery. He denied Jesus to a 12-year-old girl. That's all true. But he had the one trait that Jesus looks for, and that's what makes a disciple's heart. Luke chapter 5, verses 4 through 6. Our word for the day from the Word of God. Here's what it says. When Jesus had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch." Simon said, "Master, we've worked hard all night and we haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I will let down the nets." And when they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish, their nets began to break. Okay, yes, Peter's inconsistent. He's proud. He's unpredictable. He's impulsive. But he had that one trait out of which Jesus can build a disciple. When he can think of no other reason to do what Jesus said, he replies, "Just because you say so, I'll do it." Unquestioning obedience. That's the core of a disciple's heart. Now, he already failed to bring in any harvest. I mean, that was a reason not to go out as Jesus told him to. It was going to be inconvenient. He'd have to clean his nets again. Everything in his experience was against it. He knew it shouldn't work. You're not going to catch him in the middle of the day if you didn't catch him in the middle of the night. But he does it because Jesus said so. And that's the thing God looks for in his future stars. So everything around you might say, have sex now. But you're going to keep it pure just because Jesus says so. Everything that seems to make sense says, oh, let your marriage go. Get out of it while you can. You might even have people advising you to do that. But you're going to fight to keep it together because Jesus says so. You're going to be honest. When it looks like fudging a little bit, a little deceit, a little playing games with the truth, might get you where you want to go. But you're going to tell the truth no matter what the cost. You're going to give generously, even if the money isn't there. You're going to forgive and restore that relationship you don't feel like restoring. Why? Because Jesus says so. Are you someone that Jesus can build into one of his trusted disciples? Oh, maybe you've got a lot of weaknesses. I do. But once you know what Jesus says, you just do it. See, then in the major leagues of God's usefulness, you might be destined for greatness.